get high off this music. I fly off this music. I die for this music. That's how deep it is in me. Deeper than you could ever imagine. Deeper than you could ever imagine.
All right, I have your attention tonight, huh? How do you win access? I'll let you know in a minute when we begin. Stay tuned, friends. Evening, guys.
Like the blood that runs through my body. It overflows like a volcano once that song hits that peak. I want to sweat the night away. You know what I seek. I seek that adrenaline rush. I seek that vibe.
A little bit too low. There we go.
Like Gloria Gaynor, I will survive.
Okay.
I will survive all of this hypocrisy and this fake democracy.
That's almost too low, huh? Hang on, guys. Welcome to the live stream. We're just getting started. These guys.
That's how deep it is in me.
We need a different mix. Let's see. What do we have? This one will do. Welcome to the live stream, and that's better. Some better tunes. Just pop up chat here so I can follow what everyone is saying.
That's a proper mad question.
Just stay tuned, my friends. I'll let you know what we're gonna do tonight. So tonight we're gonna have a look at the new 1.15 neural agent, which is now out on Breakfree Trading. You can actually go download it right now. And we have also updated the change log for you so you can see the changes. So let me explain to you what we're doing in this update and what all this is, because obviously this does not look what you have in front of you. Well, what we're doing in, let me put that away. What we're doing in 1.15 is adding basically like a lock-in feature. You know, the same way you might have noticed sometimes you are in these positions. Yes, if we can get it to load. Looks like we have a lot of load to that navigator. Not sure. This is not our production server. This is our development server. So let me just check production. How it's running. It's okay on production. Oh, yeah, production looks good. Production looks very good, actually. All right, so how are you gonna win access to Neural Agent? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We played this game a little while ago, and we're gonna play it again. I have a piece of paper. This piece of paper is empty right now. And the way you win access, 1 month access to Neural Agent, is by guessing the number that I'm gonna put in. What I can tell you is that the number is between 1 and 1,000. And I'm gonna go ahead and write down a number. I mean, if you guys start putting in the numbers before, I haven't even, guys, I haven't written anything. There's nothing on the paper. Ah! Okay, well, I'm not gonna read what you write. I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna figure something out. Let me think here. What can we do? What can we do? What is a good number? What is a good number? All right, I got one. I got one. I got one. Okay. So I've written down a number here now on this piece of paper. We're gonna fold it away and we'll pick it back up at the end of the live stream and we'll see who won, okay? All I'm gonna say about this number. Now, I don't wanna give it away. I don't wanna give it away. All I can say about this number. I mean, it's really hard to even say anything without like just giving it away. Okay, what I can say is that it's not an angelic alien number in any way. It is the opposite, okay? It's a demonic number. So that's all I can say. It's a demonic number between 1 and 1,000. All right? So have fun with that. Now, 666. Actually, I think 666. I'm not sure that's even the demon number. I don't think it really. I think it's a misunderstood number. Actually, I don't think it's really demonic. This one though is real demonic. Okay, this is real stuff. Okay, so guys, now that we are all here, welcome to the live stream. I should put something in the thing so everyone knows to participate. I'm gonna pin. See if I can pin a message. Guess a number between 1 and 1,000. It is a demonic number. Winner gets 1 month of Neural Agent. And you can only guess one time, okay? You can only guess one time. So that's it. Can I pin? I don't know if it works. Okay. I mean, okay, whatever. Look, guys. We are preparing the new Neural Agent 2.0, which, you know, it's gonna be quite an update. And we're working on it right now. And I'm not exactly sure when we're gonna be able to release it. What I can tell you is that it's gonna be before Christmas. And what I also can say is that it's probably not gonna take until Christmas. But I'm not gonna read these numbers because if I read the numbers, you know, I might give some hints and so on. So keep guessing, just keep guessing, guys. So what we're gonna do in the Neural Agent 2.0 is that we're integrating a tail strategy. What is a tail strategy? Tail strategy is the missing piece to really making this work no matter what really happens. Okay. So if you understand what we're doing right now, what we're doing, just keeps coming numbers in. What we're doing right now is we have extended the neural model. Okay, so let's have a look. We have extended the neural model, and you can see that it's now at, now have a 10-year, a 1 year, a 1 month in addition to what we had before. But beside this, we also have a lot more going on over here. So let me see how I can go about describing this the best way possible. So let's take an example. Actually, let's take a better example. Let's take a better example. You know, the whole key to understanding what's really going on with the financial markets, the whole key to understanding what's going on with them is really just mapping out how energy has moved in and out of these markets since they began. Because one thing they cannot manipulate is really the energy that comes in and out of these markets. You can't fake it, especially not the volume. It just doesn't work, not against the neural model. So what we're able to do is we're able to map out exactly what kind of energy has come into the system, what kind of energy has come out of the system, and map it against, you know, all the different frequencies where these different buyers and sellers are active. Now, being able to do this, we can actually create a real-time model that takes all of the data around a single market and creates this entropy model that allows us to tell in real time what is actually going on. So let me try to explain. We have USD JPY here. And you can see here, we have a 10-year trend and we have a 1-year trend. Both of these are increasing. So if we have a market that's already increasing, you know, there's energy coming into this market, whether it's a buyer or a seller, energy is coming into the market. So we see that we have a 10-year trend up, 1-year trend up, and we even have a 1-month trend that, you know, is right now you can see it's just kind of chilling here. It can either go up, it can go down from here. So now we know the long-term history, we know the long-term entropy history of this market, which allows us to say that long-term, the dollar versus the Japanese yen, if we look at this, the history of this market, it's very clear where the energy is going into this market and what's happened. So this is what we're doing on the long-term trend. At the same time, on the mid-term trend and the short-term trend, we're doing the same thing. So we're mapping out the energy, we're mapping out the volatility, we're mapping out every single detail we have about these markets, popping them into our neural entropy model, and bam, it spits out a current market state of what it's doing, but also what is it gonna do next. You understand? When you crack the financial markets, you can literally predict how they're going to behave when you look at the energy. Everything about energy, everything, from life, nature, the universe, everything is just entropy moving towards maximum entropy where it spreads out. So it's kind of like, if you think of energy in a low entropy state, it's energy that's like highly concentrated, but it's not spread out, right? So it's like if you have like a very powerful laser, like a Star Wars laser kind of thing, you know, that's concentrated energy in a low entropy state. But as that laser gets shot into space and it's just starts spreading out, basically this entropy value, you know, filters down, right? So it becomes less and evens out. It's the same thing that happens in an engine, or it's the same thing that happens with sunlight. It's the same thing that happens with everything in life, okay? So, you know, I would bet if you asked your wife, you know, about your fights, it's the same thing. It's like a entropy energy that then spreads out. You know, everything in life can be explained this way. And this is what they figured out in Rentech. This is what they figured out, these boys, a lot of years ago. They haven't shared with us. But here we are, slowly cracking. So, why does this matter? Well, those guys who have been trading Neo Agent or the Neo Mode strategy for some months now, they would understand now that what we want is that when energy is coming into the market in a aligned direction that aligns with the overall trend, we wanna trade it. And what we actually want to do, the reason we care so much about this energy going into the market is because we know when energy goes into the market, we can buy before the energy comes in, and then when this energy comes in, we can sell it again. This is known as front running, okay? So we are front running the market in real time, and it allows us to see when these buyers come online and when they go offline. And we can see exactly what kind of patterns they're doing, how they're buying, how much they're buying, what frequency they're buying at, and all of this. And we can map it out perfectly to understand how we need to position ourselves in this case. But of course, there is the problem that sometimes things happen unexpectedly in the market, right? And this happens. Sometimes a foreign energy will just come in and make a very big move. So how do we fix this? How do we fix this? It comes back to the neural model. When the neural model is able to completely understand what is this market currently doing, what is acceptable limits for what this market is going to do, and what are we expecting it to do next. So when we know what this market is going to do next, we know what it's going to do based on what it's doing right now. So we know what it's going to do next, and it starts doing something else that doesn't match within this. It can't really be that many options. It's not going. The short-term definition is that it's not going according to plan, right? Something happened, something unexpected happened, and now we're stuck in positions, right? How do we fix that? The way we fix it is the neural model reads in real time what should happen, and when that no longer is happening, we will cover our entire basis and basically hedge all positions and ride the trend in the opposite direction. We might even be able to, the same way we register energy coming in the aligned market, and then we front run it. The same way we can front run energy going the wrong way if it's strong enough. So what it means is that we will eventually be able to counter trade within an existing trend and really extract like maximum value. That's the whole point here, okay? The ultimate key to financial markets is decoding them in real time and knowing what's gonna happen next. When you can do this, you are basically a god. And that's what we're giving to people. We're giving people God mode. This is literally God mode. Look, what we should really do in Breakfree Trading is we should send out like a satisfaction, like a satisfaction test and see like how much have your life improved since you stopped manual trading. Because I think a lot of people are, they're really grateful for it, but they don't understand how bad it was for them before. What I suggest is that try turn neural off, go back to trading manually, and see like the difference. Because it's just like it feels stupid, It's like you have a Tesla that can drive you perfectly, and then you want to go back to driving it. I mean, at least from driving you get like some kind of satisfaction or happiness from driving a vehicle, but trading, guys, listen, my friends. This trading industry has been set up to farm humans, okay? The whole trading industry is designed to attract people and steal their money legally. But it goes beyond that. Because what they really want is they want your emotions, they want your reactions to losing all your money. It's not the money. They have all the money they need, but it's your reaction to losing the money, okay? This is the problem. The problem is how humans respond to trading. And why do they care so much about emotions? I don't want to go into too much alien talk tonight, but basically, let's say, low vibe human emotions like anger, pride, shame, guilt, this kind of stuff. Every time you exhibit it, okay, every time this comes out of you, imagine, you can believe me or not, it doesn't matter, but imagine alien device, alien creature, something you can't see, just flying around you and just absorbing that. This is how it works. And there's literally a grid network across the entire fucking world that taps into human negative emotions, and it's an industry. Do you understand? Like, this is not about money. It's not about money. Forget the money. Okay, this is the whole point of Neo Agent, is for people to realize, forget money. I know you need it. I know you wanna, I know you want it, and I know you wanna do things. This is the point. You can really only be lost as in wanting materialistic stuff when you are raised up in a society that tells you this is the goal of life. This is the problem. We get born into this world, we get indoctrinated into this sick society that values materialism and narcissistic behavior and egoism and all this kind of stuff. And we think it's just by accident, but it's actually like a forced agenda. It's forced agenda by higher, much more advanced species that's literally farming us. They're farming humans. All right? Farming humans. So just get it into your mind. All right, let me mention in the chat again, guys. Look, you can only post one number. If you post two numbers, you get disqualified. Okay, so one number only. Only your first number is gonna count. This fucking idiot. There we go. Okay, so let me just check. We got a bunch of numbers in here. If you're just checking into the live stream now, guys, what I want you to do is I want you to put in a number in the chat between 1 and 1,000 and guess what number I have written down here. And the only hint you're gonna get is that it's a demonic number between 1 and 1,000. So put in the chat and you have a chance to win 1 month access to the Neo Agent, or we will extend your subscription with 1 month, whatever you want. Okay guys, so we really have to we have to move past this fucking problem with trading and materialism and all this stuff. It's not that you can't have it. Look, if you want something really nice in life, like me for example, I'm looking forward to buying like a 100-meter yacht, whatever, but it's not like my main priority in life. It's something that'd be nice to have. I'd be happy to have a big boat. I could go fishing on it, it's like offshore, whatever, it's very nice, but it's not like my main priority of life. My main priority right now is to save the goddamn humans being farmed in these financial fucking markets. It's so sick. It's like, it's so insane what's going on. And all these goddamn prop firms, these assholes, it's like, why are these prop firms running so much? Like, why are they, why is so many buying from them and so on? It's because it's a really profitable industry. Okay, and the reason it's a really profitable industry is because it's harder than trading with a real broker. The reason it's harder is because A, they control the environment, they control the slippage, and they control the spread. But more importantly, you need to pass all these like verification stage, and then the, whatever, the challenge and the verification, the live, all this bullshit. The whole point is that they have no interest in you succeeding as a trader. If you are a prop firm trader, they have no interest. They just want you to lose, because their business model is not to make money from traders that know how to make money and split it with them. That's not the business model. The business model is purely to counter trade people who think they're good. And the reason that they never get it, the reason that these people never fucking understand it, is because they never pass they never get it. And the reason they never get it is because they never get to a profitable stage. They're like, oh, I got a payout. It's like, okay, you got a payout, but you bought 10 fucking accounts. 10 fucking accounts to get a single payout that is, you're not even close to break even. So the whole point is, we really got to come together and help people understand this is not the way. Like one thing is like being lost in trading and so on, but another thing is like being lost in prop firms. It's just like you're not even in the game, you're not even playing. It's like you're not. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not even in the game. Just stop it. Okay, that's enough rant about the prop firms tonight. Good, I can see some more numbers coming in, guys. Just, go ahead. Okay, so let's go back to to the 1.15 update, right? So what we have done, let me see if we can zoom in a little bit here. So what we have done is, you can see we have a position here on GBP USD, right? Or whatever this is. And we have some nice entries, and then it gets close to the neutral. And as you can see, it gets close to the neutral. Maybe you can't see it, but it says stop loss here, right? Stop loss here. So what happens is that once the price gets close to the TP, we don't want this thing to just turn around and we miss out all the profit. What we want is we want to lock in the profit, so no matter what happens, we get to keep this money. Okay? So the point is, you get close to the TP, we move the stop loss right behind the ask price. Let me see if I can pull up here. Let's have a look at the MetaTrader settings here, okay? So what we have now is we have this default enabled, okay? So enable auto TP within range, okay? So if you put it to 0, this new functionality will stop working, and you can go and enable the trailing TP again if you want. But really, what we have is we have this, here we go, enable auto TP within range. So this means once the price gets within 9 pips of the TP, we will activate the stop loss 3 pips, which you can set here, 3 pips behind the existing bid or ask price, okay? It works really good. It works really well, but I can imagine some scenarios where it will be worse, but in most cases, this will be much better for everyone. Of course, the goal is to determine, you know, when we want to let a position run, when we don't want to let it run. This will be done inside the neural model, right? So don't worry. We'll try to build this in so we can get these good positions and let them run as much as possible. But right now, we're just making sure that all these TPs that we have missed in the past, we're not going to keep missing them. Right? It's not going to happen. We're only going to get better. It's only going to get better from here. So this is the point of the 1.15 update. Now, beside this, we have also changed the runtime speed, the default runtime speed, to, well, this should be 30. This says 30 when you install it. And what this really does is it allows the bot to run more quickly. So this should not be a problem for all brokers. This will only be a problem. This will only be a problem if you're working with like a terrible broker that is counter trading you and they don't want you to win. Whenever you get a message from your broker saying that you are, you know, you cannot use this EA or it's using too much, then you know that this is not a real broker. Okay, this is a B-book broker. They only make money when they counter trade you. Okay, so switch from them, go to a real broker, go to IC Markets. You can also go to Ignes, or you can go to like other, but IC Markets is really where you want to go in my opinion. Guys, if you're just joining the stream now, don't forget to put in a number in the chat between 1 and 1,000 to gain access to 1 month of Neural Agent, okay? Okay, very well. So was that it? Did we finish CPI? And did I miss any questions? I'm just talking tonight, guys. I'm talking a bunch. So let me see if I missed any questions here in the chat. I didn't even read the names this night. I'm not gonna read too many names tonight. But good to see you all. I'm happy to see you all. Tam, if you have 1.13, you can update to 1.15, right? Just update. And Richard, you have a bunch of questions here. Yes, Binance will be available soon. Futures will be available soon as well inside Binance. Yeah, you know, crypto is not a bad market, but right now, actually, in my opinion, you know, Forex is the place to be. I mean, the liquidity and the volume in crypto is totally dead. it's not really much going on. Forex, however, is doing well. If it looks a little bit different from your own screen, it's just because that this is our development version, meaning that this version is not released yet, but we have another version that came out tonight. This is just so you can see where we're going, guys. Hello, everyone. That's a bunch of, well, it's good to see you all, guys. Oh, there's a bunch of messages in here. All right, well, I don't know what to say. Tam, if you want to download 1.15, you just go to your profile, you go to Neural Agent Sync, and you click download Neural Agent, and then you pop this new file. You pop this new file inside of your MetaTrader, right? Imran is asking, when do I think Neural will be fully automated? No human interaction. Well, I think what is that the human needs to do right now? The human needs to disengage the market when the energy, the entropic energy, the entropy energy in the market starts to, when the energy goes up and it spreads out and it weakens from its concentrated state into its spread out state, right? When this happens, you need to you need to look at basically the higher time frames and make sure this all is going to work out together. Like the energy coming into the market compared to the energy that already exists in the market. You want to make sure that the expected value that comes into the market is within what it should be, right? And this is what the humans are doing right now. And this is what we are moving into the neural model. Try to refresh your navigator, or try to log in and out of your navigator, okay? We already deployed it on the production zone. Welcome to the stream, Patrick and Killermate and Matrix and Raj and everyone else that's here tonight. It's good to see you all. So I'm happy to hear you enjoy the free version, Matrix. And don't forget, guys, put a number in the chat to win 1 month access to Neural Agent. Just put one number one time between 1 and 1,000, and the number is something demonic, okay? Okay, back to the questions here. Richard, how do I know what is the correct value? How do I know this? Well, basically, these are thermodynamic laws of the universe, okay? And we have several thermodynamic laws. 0th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, all of them here, right? And these are all laws of energy that allows us to map energy and how it's going to react. So I hope that makes sense. You can go look up thermodynamics if you want to understand the equations and how it works. Matrix, if welcome to the live stream, guys. It's good to see you all. Look at these guys. Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay. All right. Are the default settings the recommended for the new Auto TP? Yes, it is. But we can see how it goes and we can adjust it as needed, Ryan. Rich is asking, how do you manage risk with the free version on the account? you manage it manually. If you need to figure this out, you can go to if you need to figure out, hang on. Here we go. If you need to figure out how to do the manual risk management, whatever, it's all here in the Neural Trading Academy. You can just click this link, right? Now for David Beanland, 28k raw count with IC markets. Profit has been 2.9%, but the trading fees to eat about 25% of our profits. Yeah. Well, you know, I haven't figured it out yet, David, if it's worth being on raw account versus standard account. But it's not that simple because there's a lot of factors you need to account for. What I've seen on my standard account, even if it's like a decent size, is that sometimes you get slipped. And I don't know how much you get slipped on the raw account. So it might be worth paying 25% of your profits, but it really depends on how much you would earn if you were on a standard account, if you would earn 25% less. I can't tell you. I cannot tell you this right now. We're still figuring this out. What is the best thing to do? But you could try. You could try next week. Just pop it over on a standard account, see what happens. All right, guys. 8:30. US just opened. Yeah. Is anything popping? Is anything happening? Not really. Okay. So what else did I want to touch on tonight, guys? Well, I wanted to say thank you to all our people that has been with us. We have some big changes coming. And I don't want people to feel like they're being cheated or anything. So what we're going to introduce is some new plans for Neural Agent. And these plans will be cheaper. They will also be more limited, right? And the point is that this will eventually be free, okay? And I don't want people to feel like you're getting scammed or something. You need to understand what we're doing here. This is not about making money, okay? Making money is a byproduct. Making money is a byproduct for you from trading and for us from selling this. But what it needs to do is it needs to become free. It needs to be free so everyone can plug this on instead of doing manual trading. This is really the key. And what will we do with this? What we'll actually do with this is we'll begin building a new financial monetary system, essentially. We'll build a new financial system where everyone, not just the rich and the hedge funds and the advanced people, but every human can plug in to all the transactions and all the trades that's happening across the world in all these financial markets. And as the volatility comes in and goes out, they extract money from it, equal to the share that they are trading with. So it becomes like a very balanced and evened out game, if you will, where everyone can plug in to the volatility in the market and get their fair share. That's where this is going. When we got 1 million people, when we got 10 million people, when we get to 100 million people has this plugged in, we will change the financial markets forever, because we're gonna bring so much liquidity into these financial markets and completely even out the volatility. Is that gonna kill how much money? No, it's not. It's always gonna provide. It will always provide, but it will provide people what they need and what they deserve, and they will get rich slow, not fast. And the whole point of getting rich slow is that when you are focused on getting rich slow, you become much less of a materialistic person. You become much less of an ego. You become much more focused on all the other things that needs to happen in your life. Because it's not just about wealth. Like, if you gave everyone like $1 million in their account, you know, the majority of people would lose it, end up unhappy and just terrible. So this is the vision, guys. And what I was saying, what I don't want to make people mad, is that we're going to make it free. And it's only becoming free because of you guys. And the people that have supported Breakfree Trading helped us build this. So we're going to put up some kind of mission wall, and all the people that's contributed will be put on this wall forever in legacy of human salvation. This is what the best we can do. This is the best we can do for all the people around the world and to help humanity to move forward. And yeah, of course, we'll all be fine. Everything will be fine. Once you shift your perspective from your single goal in life is to get rich and have like Lambos and like a nice house and all this, and you shift from this ego state to a state of helping other people and being of service to other people, you will get everything you need in life, guys. It will just come to you. Do you understand? It's free. It just comes, but it doesn't happen until you shift your perspective from yourself to others. This is the main thing, right? Okay, let me check the chat. I can talk about gospel all night. So we got 20 minutes left. Let me see. 20 minutes left. Get your number in the chat between 1 and 1,000. And you have a chance to win Neural Agent. Okay, let me see here. There's a bunch of questions here, guys. I don't understand. How did we get filled up here? What happened here? Oh, there we go. So we should see as it comes down here, we should see the new, see if we can get it here. All right, so keep an eye on this. We should get a stop loss that when it gets around here, the stop loss should kick in. Let's have a look if it works. All right, so this is the new auto TP feature that once the market gets within 9 pips of the TP, we will actually only when it's a profit, right? So this will not be for underwater trades, only for trades in profit. So once this market moves closer to its TP, our stop loss should kick in. It should move it right behind, but of course, it looks like my broker is a little bit behind. I don't know what's going on here. You can try reconnect. So what I have here, this is just a demo account. It's just a demo account. And I found out, pretty early on that if I was gonna do development on the bot, it's best to do it on a demo account and not an actual live account, like for development, because sometimes I would just like make mistakes somewhere and it would just, not go so well on a live account. Okay, let me see the question. There's a bunch of questions here.
If I had the gift of sight, what would it
Is there a way? Is there DSPKR is asking, is there any way to have more history shown on the 5-minute and 50-minute strength bands? I understand what you're saying.
left to my own way?
Oh, sorry. We're just watching this. We're just watching this stop loss kick in, right? Hang on. Let's keep watching this. No, right now you cannot extend the history of the bands that you saw before. It's also a limitation we put on because people's hardware cannot handle the render of the chart with too much history. So it starts to lag and so on. So that's why we have a limit. Guys,
What is it?
friends,
What will it be? Waves. Tell me. What is it? What will it be? Waves.
only one number, guys.
What is it?
This is just a 500k account, Richard, but it's just demo. Don't worry about it. It seems like either the data feed or the MetaTrader server itself is behind, because now you can see the feed is up here, the train down here. Strange. Strange.
All unfolds. What will it be?
David, you know, I absolutely mean everything I say about this. Like,
What will it be?
I'm a very different person compared to who I was 6 months ago. Like, once you see the light, once you understand what's actually going on, there's, it's like your entire perspective just changes of life. Everything is just love, guys. It really is. Like the whole thing, the energy itself, even the fucking energy going into these financial markets, it all comes back to one source. Everything comes back to one source, guys. And that one source is that we humans are more powerful than we can imagine. We humans,
If I had the gift,
the real secret of what's going on in the world, why the government and all this evil in the world is happening, why there's all this poisonous food and all these bad products and all these, all this bad cancer in the world and all the medical industry and the pharma industry and the insurance industry and all these goddamn fucking scammers. Look, the whole fucking thing is just there to keep you asleep, so you don't wake up and realize who you are and how powerful you are, right? I know this sounds wacky, I know it sounds woohoo, crazy, whatever. That's fine. I take no offense. Like, if you told me this stuff a few months ago, I wouldn't believe it. I really would not get it. I really would not understand anything at all of what this meant. And it probably sounds strange to you as well. What I suggest you to do, if you want, because what I will tell you is that ignorance is bliss. If you are just living in this fucking matrix and you don't know what the fuck is going on, like the real story, the real what's really happening behind the scenes, you might just want to stay there. You might just want to stay in your bubble and you don't really want to have a high understanding of what's going on. But if you're curious, if you really want to know, all right, start asking questions. Start asking questions about everything, okay? Because if you want to know the truth, I can tell you the truth, but it's not going to make sense to you until you discover it for yourself. One has to become curious himself about what is going on in the world. One has to become curious about why do we have pyramids in fucking Egypt that dates like 20,000 years ago, right? That's like way behind the Egyptian and dynasty age and so on, that was like created before the Egyptian people. You gotta start asking questions. How they move these fucking stones that we can't even move today with the biggest cranes we have. You have to start asking questions. You need to wonder. So go read ancient Sumerian history, guys, okay? Just start, just ask, question, and I promise, if you keep asking questions and you follow the rabbit hole, it will lead you to you finding your purpose in life, but more importantly, it will lead you to a complete understanding of why everything that's happened in your life happened, the reason it happened. That's all I'm saying. Like, once you get it, it's also just so exciting because, look, I've played many games, right? I've played like a crazy amount of hours of playing, you know, whatever, different games. And I was good as well. Not like just some noob. Like, I destroyed them. I fucking destroyed the people I played against. Whether it was Dota, World of Warcraft, doesn't matter. I love the games. I love, you know, the stories and all this kind of stuff. So once you realize that your life is actually like a part of this huge MMORPG where you can take quests and you can discover the truth about what's actually going on behind it all. Once you do this, I promise you, your life will change. And I really, really think everyone needs to start here. And whether you want it or not, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. It's just a question of how fast you want to figure it out. All right, let me check the questions. I'm not gonna talk too much other stuff. So I'll get back to you, Richard. Shut My Shots asks, will we get an option for HRTL mode to automatically stop once a pair stops trending? Yes. Yes, that's exactly what we're doing right now. This is what we're doing with the extended neural model, is that we're basically figuring out all the states of the markets and all the different frequencies, everything around it, and building like a current state of the market that will allow us to disengage a market, but it will also allow us to hedge a market when it starts doing something it shouldn't do. So a lot of these trades, a lot of these actions, a lot of this stuff, basically the missing piece, which is the tail strategy, which is the counter trade, right? So what works really well for us right now is when an energy comes into a market and it's reliable and it's in a single direction and it's aligning across all the time frames, is that we can engage with it, and we can engage with it with very high precision and make a lot of money. So that works really well. What is the problem is that you also have, let's see if I can find a way to explain this. You know, what is the problem is that, okay, so this is GBP USD, and you can see, let me show you our model, what it's reading on GBP USD right now. So GBP USD, I'll just zoom out a little bit here. Let's do daily instead. And I'll just move this out of the way. There we go. Okay. So, you know, what you can see here is that GBP USD basically had this drive up and now it's falling down again. When we look at the 10-year history of this thing, it's just been going down. When we look at the 1-year history, we can see that it actually has had this trend, that it has basically faded out this 1-year trend for about, what is this? Let's see. Yeah, almost 10 months, same as Euro USD, right? Just been fading. But when we look at the monthly, you can actually see that it's actually starting to increase again. So what is going to happen on the 1 year is that the yearly is going to start to be brought up and it's going to go into a drive mode as well. And when we look, you know, when we look at the 1 day, the 4 hour, and the 1 hour, you can see they have all flipped already and they're already in drive mode. So this is all coming together. Energy is coming into this market just as we expected, and it's going the way that we want it to go. So this is perfect. This is what we want. But what happens sometimes is that you get these tail effects. And what is a tail effect? Let me use the Fibonacci tool to maybe can make this a little bit more simple for people. So, you know, traditionally when you use the Fibonacci tool, where you measure retracement, is basically from the top to the peak, right? And the point is that if you have used this tool before and you actually understand it, then you know that basically at any time for any kind of retrace, whether it's on 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 4 hour, 1 day, doesn't matter. Whatever time frame, you will find that the market keeps moving, the price keeps moving in these fractals where it drives and it pulls back, drives and pulls back. And the amount that it pulls back is basically is basically an expected value that we know with very high confidence based on the strength and the energy we have measured going into the market. We also know, just based on thermodynamics, how much that is going to yield in its retrace. So this is just physics, you know, and I'm not a smart guy. Look, I'm barely conscious. It's not that I'm, you know, gifted or anything. Like, I'm barely, you know, I can barely function. But what I have done is I have spent basically all the fucking hours of the past years just trading manually and watching and trend lines and getting destroyed and liquidated and then over and again and again and again. It's like I spent thousands of hours in front of the screen trading and watching all this. And you know, what I realized during this time was like, there's something going on behind these financial markets. There is some kind of underlying, fractal pattern that keeps repeating again and again and again. And this is the kind of stuff that I started to be able to pick up with price action. Sometimes I could see like a pattern that, oh, I've seen this pattern before. Oh, it's probably gonna do this, right? This is the whole point with technical analysis. The problem with it is that you are the human executing it, and you as a human are super subjective to, you know, forming your own opinions or seeing stuff that's not there, or seeing a pattern that's not real, or maybe you're seeing the pattern but it's in the opposite trend and you're like, oh, I should, you know, do it here. Look, that's the point, right? And when it gets really hard for human to consistently execute and win in this arena. Not only it gets hard, I would say it's impossible. I know that people have success. I know they have short-term success. I've seen people who traded, you know, 1 year, 2 years, and then they lost everything. I also seen people who traded like 2 months and made a bunch of money and then lost everything. What always happens, no matter what, is that they lose everything. And even those guys that you think get away with it, you know, they come in with 100K, they make $1 million, they withdraw it all, they're home safe. What I can say is that this is probably alien weapon technology, if you will. What we're talking about is essentially a holographic memory getting implanted in people that makes them believe that the next time they need money, they just go back to the financial markets, they put in another 100K and they're gonna make $1 million. But what's gonna happen the next time? After they made $1 million, they withdraw it, they use it all, or they buy a house and now they need another $1 million, right? So they're like, okay, I'll just do the same as last time. I take 100K, I put it into the market, I'm gonna make $1 million. And what happens is that people put in 100K, they lose the 100K, and they're like, fuck. They put in another 100K, they lose that. And then they just keep putting it in, putting in. And because they have this memory, and it did happen. They did make the money the first time, but because they have this implanted idea, this seeded idea in their mind that whenever they need money, they can just go to the financial markets and make it happen. That is when the person starts to resonate at a very low vibrancy, like a very low vibration rate, okay? And when you as a human start to vibrate at a very low vibration rate, what really happens is that, believe it or not, when you are working at a low vibration rate, or you are entangled in addictions, or you are soul fragmented, you know, basically your soul is destroyed from narcissism and materialism and what all this. Whenever you are operating at a low, hang on, let me find a fucking, let me pull up. Whenever you're operating at a low vibrancy, you're basically opening up your body and your mind and spiritually on a level where extraterrestrial energies can take hold of you and stay in you. And once they are inside you, they're the ones that make you do all the bad things, you know, because once you start over leveraging once you start like, you know, directional trading and all this stuff, you're not just doing that. It's like all the aspects of your life is bad. You're probably not going to the gym anymore. You're probably not getting the sunlight you need. You're probably not eating the food you should. You're probably not calling your parents. You're not calling your friends. You're not doing all of this because you are completely fucking controlled as a gambling addict, trading addict to these fucking alien industries. So we gotta stop it, guys. It's not just like, it's not about us. It's really not about us. This is about us creating a defense network, creating weapons, creating defense weapons people can take, put to work, fighting this fucking evil shit that's going on in the world. All right, this is our mission. This is what we are doing. This is ours. Okay, this is what we're gonna fix, right? There's so many problems in the world, but this one is ours. This is what we are here to do. So just know, whenever you have a new agent subscription, or you just part of the community, or you use the free neural mode, just understand this is what we are as a community moving towards, right? And I hope you can see that all the actions and everything that we do from Breakfree Trading confirms where it is we're going and what it is that we want to do. Now, if you feel like some of the stuff that we're doing suddenly, you know, if you're like, hey, does this really align with what we are trying to do here as a mission, as a community, as saviors of the earth? Does this really align with what it is we want? You know, sometimes it's not. And then it will be your job to speak up and say, hey, you promised this, but we got this. You said you're gonna do that, but we got that instead. Because ultimately, guys, you know, it's easy to stand here and just speak the words and we're gonna save humanity and whatever, you know, but look, if you don't actually put actions towards it, you know, it's just words. Words are cheap. But I hope you can see, we made neural mode free last week or so, or 2 weeks ago, and we have a bunch of people now trading neural mode free, and I think that's incredible. Like we've never given away our best manual trading strategy for free before. So I think that's a really good start. It's not perfect, right? But it's a good start. All right, guys. Oh, it's fucking 9. All right, well, it's time. Okay, guys. Last chance to put your number in the chat between 1 and 1,000. If you guess the right number, which is a demonic number, you will get a 1-month access to a new agent. All right, so there's like 1 minute left. Let's see, there's like 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left. You can see the countdown here. All right, 9 o'clock, guys. Let me see if you can read this. You can't, can you? Let me see, hang on. $9.11, guys. 9/11. Why is this a demonic number? 9/11 is a demonic number because of what happened on 9/11. If you read the full history of 9/11, you will come to understand there's a much higher agenda. Like this stuff with this stuff that happened with the Twin Towers and the wars, World Trade Center 7, Pentagon, the crashed flights where there was like no parts. Look, this is planned on a much higher level. Okay? It's planned on a much higher level. And you can dig it up if you want. You can believe what you want. But look, if you start to ask the question, then the official story falls apart. All right, let me check, guys. I know I saw that several guys got it right. I saw that several guys got the number right, so let me just check here. Who do we have? Let me just check. I'm just gonna do a search. 911. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so Alien 911. Good job. And then we have SCW. And then we have DSPKR. And then we have... Is that it? We got Cuba as well. Cuba got it as well. Ben Davidson got... Ben got 912. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Do we have more? Roberto, but Roberto, you posted like 3 different numbers or 5 different numbers. I'm sorry, buddy, but I can't really allow that. That wouldn't be fair to the other one. So let me just get it right. We got Alien 911, we got DSPKR, and we got Cuba. I think an SCW. So guys, message me on BFT Asker on Telegram. All right, send me a message if you chose the number and you got it right. I mean, just for the guys, right? And yeah, thank you guys for coming tonight, and thank you for being part of this. You know, it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun to try to save humanity than just making money. Like it's so much more fun. And when you know the universe is literally behind you and will provide everything you need, it's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. Let's do this together, guys. Thank you for coming to the live stream tonight. I'll see you again next week, the usual time. And yeah, keep the vibrations high. Wait. Before we go, keep the vibrations high. Fuck, where is it? Next time. I'll show you next time. Thank you for coming tonight, guys. See you next week. And don't forget, read your ancient Sumerian history and put a comment below this video if you're watching it tomorrow or the day after. Helps us with the YouTube algorithm, helps us with this stuff. And let's just fucking do it. All right, guys. See you around.